Eric, can you just talk about your emotions, your first game as a Division I head football coach, just what's going through your mind? I know it's Tuesday, but as the week progresses.
A lot of anticipation, a lot of excitement. I feel like we're prepared, and it's Tuesday, so that's a good thing. I feel like we've covered a lot of situations in practice already that give our players confidence. So I feel good. I'm excited about it, and I'm sure once Friday night comes, I'll be a little bit tense, but it's just something that you dream about. I've been dreaming about for a long time. So,
what's it mean for your first head coaching game to be against the winningest coach in college football, Joe Paterno?
It's an honor. I think Coach Paterno is a jewel of the coaching profession. What he's done, he's a family man. He's given back to the university. He's been able to stay at Penn State for that long a period of time. That normally doesn't ever happen. Normally guys pick up and leave and go to a better job. He obviously has a good job, but he's really a jewel of our profession. It's an honor just to be on the field with him.
What do you hope to, what's your biggest goal coming out of there, other than obviously pulling a big upset? What's your biggest goal for Saturday?
I'm kind of excited to see us play, and probably more importantly, I'm excited to see us handle adversity. I think in every football game there's adversity, there's ups and downs, it's a roller coaster no matter who you're playing, and are we able to pick ourselves back up off the ground and play the next play and compete and not throw the towel in and play 60 minutes. And that's what I'm interested in seeing, and I think you can tell a lot about a football team and how they handle adversity.
Coach, you're going to start a young quarterback at a venue like that. What do you tell him going in? The players that were here earlier said he's very mature and they expect him to handle it very well. What do you tell him? What do you expect?
Just go play. This is a great game, obviously. You're well prepared. You know what to do. Take one play at a time. One play does not define you. If you have a bad play, it's important to be able to go on to the next play and dismiss that bad play from your mind, so that way you can continue to play. A lot of times young players have a bad play and they let that affect them the next 2, 3, 4 plays of a game or even a quarter. And Kurt's a mature enough guy that I have a lot of confidence in Kurt, and he'll do a good job.
Eric, do you plan on using Mark at all? If Kurt's playing well, obviously he'll stay in there, but do you have...
Mark's not in. Mark's ready to go. Let's put it that way. If for some reason we were struggling or something like that, we have no reservations at all about putting Knetz in the game. But right now, we'll play Kurt and see how things go. But we have no problems putting Mark in the game.
What have you done from a crowd noise? Because it's going to be noisy up there. Have you done anything in practice?
We'll have crowd noise on Thursday there at practice. We talked about it on Wednesday. But, some of the things that we do offensively, we're not as dependent on cadence and those type of things. We don't huddle, so those type of things don't affect our style of offense.
When you're you've been on the other side of these FCS, FBS games. How did you approach them when you were in the division level?
These were the scariest games of my career. Last year at South Carolina, we played South Carolina State, and when I was at Illinois, whenever we played, a team, these were the games that you were concerned the most about, because no matter what you preached to your players, it just seemed like you could never get them to come out and play well early, at least the teams that I've been on. So these are games, from their side that you're concerned about, because you've seen what happened at Appalachian, what Michigan and Appalachian State, and on any Saturday anybody can beat anybody. This is a football game where, I've told our football team, when you play great football teams, you have a small margin of error, and that's interception, fumbles, turnovers, field position, missed tackles. If you start getting a long list of those, you're not going to win, no matter who you play. But when you play great football teams, you have a very small margin for error, and that's what we've harped on.
Eric, they're not set quarterback according to their depth chart. Is that? I know you can't see them on film because it's the first game, but how do you prepare for something like that? Do you expect them to use 2 guys? Or?
I think they'll probably play a couple quarterbacks. I think they've got a situation where they're a little bit unsure at quarterback, so they'll probably play a couple quarterbacks. another popular thing that's going on in college football is the wildcat formation. So if they got a guy that will put in there and they're struggling a little bit on offense, they may go a little bit of wildcat stuff. And those are the kind of things you have to be prepared for in college football these days.
You mentioned you played a whiteout game at Illinois a couple of years at Penn State. Where does like Penn State Stadium and that atmosphere rank like in terms of places you coach?
Penn State, the whiteout atmosphere probably was the best atmosphere I was in next to the Rose Bowl. You know, it was electric. You know, Alabama, we played Alabama at night last year. That was pretty strong. It was a close ball game. South Carolina, we had some pretty good games that we won, and some night games on Thursday night. But 110 loud and all white is a unique experience, and that's something to be proud of. You know, their fans are into the game.
Coach, a lot of fans here locally have been looking forward to the games, the actual regular season games. What is your message to Penguin fans whose energy, enthusiasm for Penguin football is up as you embark on a new season? What do you say to them about what they can expect?
You know, the thing is I think I feel like we've done our part as far as preparation of the team. We need to get back to the Ice Castle being a feared place to play. And on third down, when they have the ball, we need to hear you. You know, we need to fill this place back up again. It needs to become a social event. It needs to be a place where people in the valley can come and get together and have a social network of people come and enjoy, obviously, a great brand of football. And at the same time, we got some tough home games coming up. I mean, you look at Butler, Central Connecticut, and Southern Illinois, all three of those teams won the conference. So, and then you got Northern Iowa, and then you got North Dakota coming. So that's just the beginning. You know, those are 5 good football teams, and we need a home field advantage again. And at one point, the Ice Castle was one of the most feared places to play.
Coach, you touched on it a little bit already, but what about a guy like Joe Paterno who's been so successful in his career? What are the things as a young coach that you try and take from him or learn from him, you know, as you prepare against him?
You know, when you look at Coach Paterno, it seems to me, and I don't know him on a personal basis, but he seems to be very consistent with what he's done with this team. He's disciplined his program. If you get in the doghouse with Coach Paterno, you're not getting out of it anytime soon, you know, as we all know. And he's kept his staff around him, and he obviously has a very strong staff. I mean, his defense has been in the top 10 for how many years, you know, and that's an attribute to him as a person that those coaches stay with him. I'm sure he's had coaches on that staff that have had opportunities to leave, but he's been able to keep those guys there. And when you have obviously continuity with your staff and you have a good staff, you're able to build programs like he has there at Penn State.
Eric, is everyone healthy besides the ones on the injured list?
Everyone's healthy. I mean, you know, we got a couple of guys that are dinged up, but we'll be pretty much at full strength. And you know, we've had a good week of preparation so far, and you know, just anxious, I guess.
Coach, you've been a part of a lot of major college football in your coaching career, but what do you think it'll be like when you go to run out onto that field to get things started for your first gig as a head coach? What's going to be going through your mind?
I don't know. You know, it's I'm not that far ahead yet. I'm still thinking about Wednesday and Thursday right now, but I'm sure it'll be exciting. It'll be it's an honor. It really is. It's an honor to be the head coach here at Youngstown. It's an honor to represent this university. It's an honor to play Penn State. It's an honor to be on the same field with Joe Paterno, and I feel blessed to have that opportunity.
Coach, looking at the difference between the two levels, what are the things on which you will determine whether your visit there has been a success?
You know, I think when I come back on Saturday night and Sunday, we watch the film in the morning, seeing what players are the players that we think they are and what they can be. Obviously, we're playing a very talented football team, and I want to see us, you know, rise to their level. You know, sometimes you play to your level of competition, and I want to see us rise up and meet their level of competition and go out and play a smart football game and not beat yourself. You know, don't go out there on Saturday and beat yourself, and that's that margin of error I was talking about.
Coach, I know in the past, these games